Alright, there we go. I think that's everything, and it live stream notification up. No, at best. Liz, let's go. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty then. Boom. Oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance. Don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. A backless dress and some beat up sneaks. My discotheque Juliet teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to get together, bound to get together. Oh, okay. There we go. I think everything is going good. Yeah. And that. Alrighty then. Nope. Don't need a paste there. I just need to start the recording. Oh, almost forgot to close the window. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. I forgot I was putting this off just because. How do I do Luna again? I believe it's up here. I believe it is somewhere in here. I know that this is Celestia. So Luna has to be either up. I think Luna has to be up here. Sometimes thou desireth to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Drake, why do you do this to me? Every single time. Oh no. Stop clicking on things. Alrighty then. But sometime thou desirest to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Oh. Sometimes thou wanna go where every pony knoweth thy name. So hold on, let's see. How am I going to make this sing-songy? Sometimes thou desireth to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Oh gosh. Oh, hi Spartan. How's it going? I'm just figuring out how the hell am I going to get this to work. It's going great, is all I want to say. But it's nice for you to drop by. This is what's stopped me and a rabbit hole opened up to allow me to escape this for a week. Let's see if I can do Luna singing the Cheers song. Sometimes thou desirest to go. Oh gosh, ye oldies speak. Curseth. Some, some, sometimes thou desirest to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Oh, sometimes thou desirest to go where every pony knoweth thy name. There, that's. It's a thing, that's for sure. Hey, Rickna, let's go. And Warlord, welcome, welcome all. Please distract me from having to figure out how Luna sings Cheers, but in a ye olde style that doesn't fit with the tone of the song. Ah, it, it is a process. Funny thing is, before I hit go, I tried to figure this out for like 10 minutes, and that made me late to start stream, and that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Sometime thou desires to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Ooh. Hey Saber, how's it going? Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I know who you are. Hey Aster, welcome to the stream. Oh, so not like the beginning of the song, but like the end of the song? I don't even know how the end of the song goes. I just know it just says the sometime thou desirest to go where every pony knoweth thy name. And they're always glad you came. Sometime thou desirest to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Sometimes thou desireth to go where every pony knoweth thy name. That's a lot of diction right there. And, you know, I come from the Midwest where diction does not come natural to us. Sometimes thou desireth to go where every pony knoweth thy name. Oh, I didn't even introduce the chapter. Chapter 56. Hark, the Lady Moonstone returns. Sometime thou desireth to go where any... Sometime thou desireth to go where any pony... any pony. Sometimes thou desireth to go where every pony knoweth thy name. I chuckled, but truth was, I felt a bit warm myself. Perhaps half a drink. I chuckled, but truth was, I felt a bit warm myself. Perhaps half a drink too many. Not quite a full cup. Well within the boundaries of propriety. Your Highness has perhaps imbibed a bit too much courage. Nonsense, and Lady Moonstone is no high as she is perhaps a bit more apt to frolic, but sooth, we have never felt better. 'Tis like a stone fall off our back we knew not that we had carried. Oh gosh, Luna. That sentence fell apart. I have to read something before Pasta finds out that I'm live to come and distract me. How's everyone going this week? Y'all prep for the cold? I know I'm not, because it's not going to get cold over here. Sad, but hey, it is what it is. And hopefully we get snow eventually. Hopefully. But to all y'all more out east, best of lucks. best of lucksy. Hopefully it is all fine. She is perhaps a bit that we had carried. 'Tis like a stone. 'Tis like a stone. 'Tis like a stone fall off our back we knew not that we carried. You are doing it again. I could not help but continue to poke at the near giddy princess. She had cheerfully cavorted. I could not help but continue to poke at the near giddy princess. She had cheerfully cavorted until her legs shook, had danced vigorously, and had even tried a bit of odd musical mimicry. Ooh. Making in the world today takes everything but God. Take a break from all thy worries. You sure would help a lot. Wouldn't thou like to get away? Oh gosh, yeah, oh yeah. So I dare all those bardcore YouTubers to try and sing the Cheers song. I would love to hear it, and had even tried a bit of odd musical mimicry. Mimicry, and had tried even a and had even tried a bit of odd musical mimicry that involved a small collection of ponies with signs to indicate the next lyrics. One mare had actually swooned at the stage, which had done much for Luna's confidence in the matter. "Fie on you," she responded, sticking her tongue out at me. "This night has proven delightful, and unless the Tree of Harmony itself sought to correct me, I will not be disheartened." I blinked, not entirely sure I had heard her. "The what, your highness?" "Never thou mind. The point remains, Sir Idol. You have accomplished your goals." "Goals, your highness?" "You have indeed distracted me from my fears. Ponyville will fear Nightmare Night no longer. This I swear, for I shall win them over as surely as I have won over the nightmares." Perhaps thou... The image of Lu... You know what? That should be a scene that should be a scene that we have Ty draw is is Luna singing karaoke. Perhaps Her Majesty should Perhaps Her Majesty should rethink shaking her flank at Ponyville. Such a thing is perhaps less befitting of the crown. "Cad, we had not even considered that." Luna sniffed, then gave a small shrug. "Maybe a little flank shaking. Lady Moonstone can do many things, yes, but she cannot woo." Lady Moon... Maybe a... Maybe a little... Maybe a little flank shaking. Lady Moonstone can do many things, yes, but she cannot woo. There was more than one woo, for I seem to recall... There was more than one woo, for I seem to recall her doing so while riding the crowd after karaoke pleased it so. There was more than one woo, for I... There was more than one woo, for I seem to recall There was more than one woo, for I seem to recall her doing so while riding the crowd after her karaoke pleased it so. Oh no, we have a solitary wooer. She flushed, but couldn't hide a small, sheepish smile. A different woo, then. A different woo, then. But perhaps I'm... A different woo, then. But perhaps I moved too fast. It is simply invigorating to be able to exercise such attraction without immediate scorn. As Lady Moonstone, I cautioned quickly, Princess Luna's tastes are not public knowledge as of yet. Announcing them too suddenly could be seen as aggressive and in poor taste. There is that as well. Few are above a princess in social standing. It would be customary for me to be wooed, not to woo. Our sister leaves us in a fine bale of hay to carouse. 'Tis inappropriate for us to pressure those beneath us, but so few have the courage to approach in turn. I gave her a look, allowing myself a bit of amusement. There is the bard. The harmonious. Oh. The harmon. Wait. Okay. This was sound. There is the bard. Okay. This was sounding a little bit soft. I'm like, oh no. Okay. Here we go. Adjusting mic for a third time, and let's hope that this time it sticks. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Before I get to that, I need to add a new thing. Hold on. If I can find it. If I can find it quickly. There we go. My guy. Hold on. Let's go and no, he can't be in front of the chat. I can be right there. I can just be hanging out. Oh no, you can be a little bit further down. It's fine. There we go. Yay! Okay, how do I pronounce this? Yes, I'm sure I'm not. Oh my gosh, I have to fill out a captcha? No. No. What's the point of a dictionary if I have to solve a captcha to use the dictionary? Oh, how to pronounce? How to pronounce? Not harmonica. Armoshi. Oh, there is nothing. There is nothing. I actually don't know how to pronounce this. And oh no. Oh, oh, V, I need your help figuring out how to pronounce this. Oh no. Usually I could skate by, but oh no. Um, hmm. Okay, let's see. Can I? Let's see if we can figure out together, chat. Um, Ar Armasian. Armasian? Amartian. Amantian. Armantian. That is the the Amartian. Harmonica, Martian, Martian. It just sounds like I'm saying Martian. This is a big conundrum. Well, this is a thing that's happening, that decided to be happening today. Okay, let's see. Hmm. If anyone knows how to pronounce this, feel free to join me in scratching my head. Um, the Emerge, the Emerge, the Emulsion. Cian? Cian? Because it feels like it should be like almost like technician. The Emulsion. The Armontian. I mean, if I put it as the Emulsion, no one can actually correct me because no one else knows how to pronounce this. Okay. You know what? If anyone has ideas, let me know either now or 5 minutes from now when I can no longer change this sentence anymore. The Amoncian. Ooh, that still sounds rough. The Amoncian sought inspiration and is attracted, but I fear I am more amused than mate to her. I will be no passing fancy, Corporal Hooves. The Amonc The Armancian sought inspiration and is attracted, but I fear I am more muse than mate to her. I'll be no fancy pet. The Armancian sought inspiration and is attracted, but I fear I am more muse than mate to her. I will be no passing fancy, Corporal Hooves. A conundrum, Your Highness. I considered, weighing what little I truly understood of high society, and also wondering if it was actually what one called. And also wondering. And also wondering if that was And also wondering if that was actually what one called someone who played their harmonica. And also wondering if that was actually what one called someone who played the harmonica. There are, of course, the elements of harmony. Princess Luna froze, her eyes wide. What? Surely that. I'm sticking with Amarcian because that almost looks like exactly what you're saying to me is Amarcian. Armoncian. Music musician. Amoncian. Amoncian. Yep, even Idol doesn't know what we're talking about, so. Him not knowing how to pronounce it only elevates it, I feel. What? Surely that could not be allowed? She cleared her throat, then hurried on ahead. I had struck a fatal blow with casual. I had struck a fatal blow with casual comment. I had struck a fatal flow. I had struck a fatal blow with a casual comment. Intriguing. It seems the princess had a bit of heart. Yep, come on. It seems the princess had a bit of hero worship towards her saviors. Saviors. Ugh. It seemed the princess had a bit of hero worship towards her saviors, freshly uncovered. More to the point, it was delectable. Oh, one of them has already caught your eye then? Surely not Rainbow Dash. Too colorful, came the terse admission. Surely not the pink demon then. I do not believe it appropriate to call the element of laughter. I do not believe it appropriate to call the element I do not believe it appropriate to call the element of laughter a hellspawn, Corporal, but I confess we prefer to keep our laughter less than manic. But I barely know them. Should we truly be gossiping so? I believe I could truss one of them up in a sack and deliver them as tribute, Your Highness. If I asked politely, Fluttershy might even... I almost got to it. Almost. So close. I believe I could truss one of them up in a sack and deliver them as tribute, Your Highness. If I ask politely, Fluttershy may even climb in. If I ask politely, Fluttershy might. If I ask politely, Fluttershy may even climb in. Wings flared and her disguise began to falter. Corporal! I bowed deeply. Forgiveness, Your Highness. I have gone too far. A choked laugh escaped her, mirth soothing the ripple. A choked laugh escaped her, mirth. Why is this so difficult? A choked laugh escaped her, mirth soothing the rippling illusion around her. You truly are a cad, but the best of sort. Pray, ask no more. We are embarrassed enough. If we seek to woo, we assure you we will not misuse the guards to have a potential mate brought to us in chains. Of course not, Your Highness. Ooh, there we go. Of course not, Your Highness. Unless, perhaps, they were into such a thing. Your Highness! Harmonicist? So Luna got it wrong anyway. Yes! I figured that was going to be the same thing, like pianist. The howdy thing is, Aster, the howdy didn't make me recognize you. It's that I remembered for once that you don't have Aster Grimoire as your YouTube name. And I'm like, wait, I don't remember a saber being in my streams. And since you hardly are ever in my streams, I figured it'd have to be you. Unless it was a new person to the Discord, but, you know, that rarely happens. Especially when we don't get new chapters. And I will say I'm eventually going to be finishing up the editing for the next chapter. So hopefully that'll bring some new... Yep, gosh. Am I going into Cockney now? But that'll bring more people in for sure. You remember it was John. Glad it worked out either way. Yep, absolutely. I mean, like, it's going to take forever to get it in there in the first place, but once it's in there, I can't escape it. Saberspark could hop into my chat one day, and I'll welcome him as Aster for half a second, and then he'll be like, wait, who's Aster? And I'll be like, oh, wait, we have a different Saber in chat. Like, that's how far my memory has gone. Upon our return, we found the castle security in an elevated state. It rather suddenly occurred to me that perhaps entertaining the Princess of the Night's desire to sneak out was a little more extreme than simply not turning Princess Cadence during her various outings. Come to think of it, Princess Cadence did not actually have a dedicated guard, unless one counted Shining, which I did to be fair, but one pony does not dedicate guarding force, which I did, to be fair, but one pony does not dedicate guarding force make. Which I did, to be fair, but one pony does not a dedicated guarding force make. I mean, it has happened before in the past, Esther. I actually thought someone else in the Discord was someone else from the Discord, and I didn't even realize until I said goodnight when they were coming in. They're like, wait, I'm just getting here. What are you saying goodnight? I'm like, oh, so you are different people then. Yeah, yeah. But thankfully, it hasn't happened in quite a long while. That's for sure. Also, if I only had like another 10 minutes before stream, I could have put on a nice little thingamabobber to my dude. But c'est la vie. Oh, let's see. What does moon trotter sound like? Hooves! Where the actual buck have you been? Is that a familiar bat pony held a hoof to his mouth, and for an instant I thought he was biting his own hoof. Moontrotter was usually so much more stable. Then again, his charge had potentially vanished into the ether. Concern was warranted. Oh dear Fuss, I gotta send you to the captain. He figured you were either dead or captured or just go. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to come with me. Oh, come with us. Dang it. Ma'am, ma'am, I'm going to need you to come with us. Why is there just a really big break? Why is there 3 paragraphs here? I never noticed that before. It's extra long, right? So, Luna, in the guise of Luna, still in the guise of Lady Moonstone, gave us a Luna, still in the guise of Lady Moonstone, gave me a wild Luna, still in the guise of Lady Moonstone, gave me a wild-eyed stare, biting her lower lip, but allowed herself to be herded away by biting biting her lower lip, but allowing herself to be herded away by the panicky Thestral. Sighing, I headed to the office of the acting captain of the Night Guard, Second Lieutenant Mockingbird. Ooh, Mockingbird. How to kill a mockingbird. Give them a heart attack when you accidentally uh, take his take his watch away. Sighing. Uh, sighing, I headed it. Sighing, I headed to the office of the acting captain of the guard. Sighing, I headed to the office of the acting captain of the Night Guard, Second Lieutenant Mockingbird. I rarely interacted with him directly, as I was more technically part of the Day Guard and did not typically answer to the Thestral, but I had always found the stallion to be stern and very insistent that those who served under him were to be in proper parade polish at any given time. Great how he says like Funny enough, I never actually read To Kill a Mockingbird. I know about what happens in there, but I never read it personally. It's kind of weird. Like all these books, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, we all read this in high school." I must have been part of like the one grade that didn't read any of the like Great Gatsby, To Kill a Mockingbird. Like we didn't read either of those. Heard I'm also not missing out too much, but but everyone kind of knows what happens with them. So In short, I quite liked him. It was, however, his second in command that tended to get results from the others. Lady Neeram was hard to pin down exactly. Most ponies shied away from her, but I found her refreshingly and surprisingly easy to talk to, especially for a Thestral. And for a noble pony, she was practically sensible, if a bit quirky and flippant towards one of her monarchs. Quirky and flippant towards one of her monarchs. Quirky and flippant towards one of her monarchs. Still, I didn't th- Still, I did not think either were going to be well pleased with me. From the volume of his office, I began to reconsider returning at all. Okay, so how am I going to make Mockingbird? Mockingbird, how do you sound? Because I will be honest, when I first uh read through this chapter, I assumed he was an older stallion, so he got a voice of an older stallion. But Niram, like, made it sound like she was fairly young. So I'm like, okay, are they in their 40s or 60s? Is basically what I was going after. All right, let's see. Let's give them. Gosh, and I'm going to have to remember the voice for Lady Niram as well. Oh, no. Oh, and I didn't read Animal Farm either. Then we broke form and read Cyrano de Bergerac. Nope, never read any of those books. Didn't read Gatsby, Animal Farm, or Mockingbird. We did read, uh, what was it? Like, it happened, I think it was called, like, It Happened on Cannery Row. It was a very boring book. And honestly, from what I heard, is like, the other ones were boring but interesting, but some of them were very interesting. But honestly, I feel like our English teacher was just phoning it in because it was the last year before his retirement. Because he just wasn't present at all. Somehow still got a passing grade in his class despite not writing any essays. What's more surprising is I somehow managed to pass a college writing class without doing any college writing. No, wait, I lied. I did one essay out of like the 15 in that class. I still have no idea how I passed. But I don't care. I got my diploma and we're going to just move on cuz writing is just awful. Kudos to V for sticking with for writing this story. The 1800s. Gotcha. 1896. Serrano is played by Edmund Rostand. Edmund Rostand. Written in 1897. Interesting. But anyway, enough stalling from me. Hi. All right, let's give him a bit of a gruffer voice. Don't care if you've searched her room twice. Look a third time, and if we don't find something, we're going straight to Celestia, and she'll probably send me and my commission to the sun. How's this? How's this for Second Lieutenant Mockingbird? Sorry, Mockingbird. I don't. Ivy's not here to give pointers today, so you're getting grumbly corporal. You're getting a grumbly corporal voice. Especially since Lady Niram talks about your blood pressure. Oh no, I moved it again. Stop, come back. Stop. I didn't mean to. I don't care if you search her room twice. Look a third time, and if we don't find anything, we're going to go to Celestia, and she'll probably send me and my commission to the sun. And Harmony, help me if you lot won't be next. Find the princess. There was a moment of silence. Now! The herd of bat and non-bat ponies that burst from his office nearly gave me a heart attack, but I quickly tamped down that old fear, and the swarm was quickly past me. I marched up to the door and gave it a few quick, resolute pounds. Fucking tart! Writing is awful. Yeah, specifically, my writing is awful. Why do you think I still haven't written the first episode? Fucking tart! And my fucking Tartarus, what now? Fucking Tartarus, what now? Easy, dear one. You're going to raise your blood pressure. We are going to find her. Princesses just don't vanish into the night. There was a brief pause, a strong pulse of emotions from what I presumed to be a quiet and tender apology. There was a brief pause, a strong pulse of emotions, and what I presumed to be a quiet and tender apology. I resolutely waited until the "Enter" came before I presumed to touch the door again. Some things, even in the guard, were meant to be private. Lieutenant Mockingbird was sitting at his desk, one hoof in front of his muzzle, as he tried to make sense of what seemed to be a hastily compiled nest of reports. The other was tapping rather rapidly on the desk, and I presumed at least one leg was jostling as well. The stallion's hair was cropped even shorter than my own, but it was shockingly black, save for the patches that were stark white, almost certainly the source of his name. He didn't bother looking at me, but he was clearly furious. Hooves, you damn well better have a... Hooves, you better... Mockingjay, gonna be... Gosh, and I'm gonna forget how to say his voice until he comes up in, like, the near end of the story or something like that. Vay, why do you gotta make great characters and just throw them away? And we never... I don't think we see Mockingbird for the rest of the story. Hooves, Hooves, you damn well better have a good explanation for where that princess is, or a great explanation for why you left your post. Your post. Oh, gosh. Hooves, you better damn... Hooves, you damn well better have a good explanation for where the princess is, or a great explanation for you. Hooves, you damn well better have a good explanation for where the princess is, or a great explanation for why you left your post. Report, now! Niram cleared her throat pointedly and fixed me with a displeased glare. According to Moontrotter, he returned in the company of an unknown mare. Tartarus hooves! He finally looked up at me, anger and disbelief evident. Are you serious? Of all the stupid things you chose tonight of all nights to Are you serious? Wait. Yep. Are you serious? Of all the stupid things you chose tonight of all nights to get your candle wicked? Are you even aware the Princess Luna is missing? No, I disagreed hesitantly. I was not entirely sure how to broach the subject of Princess Luna's secret excursion, nor, for that matter, was I sure how to relay my part in it, or enabling thereof. Well, congratulations, you're her personal guard and she's gone. Then again, no, sir. No, sir. I heard on This Is Not Idle's voice. Again, no, sir. She is on the castle grounds as we speak. Niram looked over her shaded spectacles, blinked, then peered at me, head cocked as she glared. I can never tell if he's obtuse or just confident. I can never tell if he's obtuse or just confident. I could not tell if the snapping sound was that of the papers hitting the desk or acting captain's wings. The first, damn it! She's still missing! She was not here earlier, but she is back now, I confirmed. I am quite certain of it. Niram's red eyes widened, and she rubbed her chin with a leathery wing. Well, he's not lying, at least, but... Also, welcome, Iconic. Welcome to the stream. There we go. I scowled at her, displeased at the implication. To a superior? I would never, Lady Niram. A hoof slammed on the desk. Then explain yourself for harmony's sake. I was about to do so when there was an almost echoing pounding on the door, which then flew open and one Lady Moonstone rushed in. Idle, the Thestral speak of us glowingly, too glowingly. 'Tis unbearable, we had no idea, and... my apologies, I did not realize you were in a meeting. Shall we return? The pale unicorn stumbled to a halt, and then a single hesitant hoof pointed towards the door. She favored the two bat ponies an apologetic, if toothy, smile. Niram dropped. It was the single most perfect prostration I have ever seen, and I was immediately beset by jealousy. Cadence and Celestia always caught me mid-bow and told me to stop. This Thestral had the act down to an art form. My respect for her, immediately recently lessened, increased exponentially. Our Lady of the Night, your humble servants beg your forgiveness for this horrible offense. If we had known it was you... Moonstone's eyes went wide. Who, me? I know of no Lady of the Night. Who could that be? The pale eyes narrowed. And we think that phrase has other connotations. We would prefer not to be known by, if we were her, which we are not, and I think again, if we were she, that which... Luna, why are you making me do a tongue twister? And we think that phrase has other connotations we would prefer not to be known by, if we were her, which we are not, and I think again, if we were she, that we, meaning she, would not want thee, meaning you, to bow thusly. Meaning you should stop, I clarified helpfully, more familiar with interpreting the Moon Princess's vocal mishaps. They never allow it. At Luna's not... Oh no, did I just erase everything? Not want thee, meaning you, to bow thusly. Meaning you should stop. Meaning you should stop, I clarified helpfully, more familiar with interpreting the Moon Princess's vocal mishaps. They never allow it. They never allow it. At not Luna's glare, I gave a small shrug. It was true, after all. Mockingbird coughed, looking very, very tired. Nary, hubba, 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 Nary, explanation, please. Oh, stop it. Nary, explanation, please. I cannot do it unless he's yelling. Oh no, I picked a horrible voice. Then explain. There we go. Nary, explanation, please. The pale mare flushed. You don't. Idlehooves is correct. Princess Luna is indeed safely returned to the castle. All is well. Oh no. You don't. Oh, come on. Mare flushed. You don't. Idlehooves is correct. Princess Luna is indeed safely returned to the castle. All is well. All is well? How in... He trailed off, staring at Lady Moonstone. Then his mouth half opened and his jaw faintly tensed, and what I learned was a Thestral's pulse. And said jaw fell open entirely, even as Niram dropped again. That mare was fast. I wondered briefly if she practiced. Oh gosh, Your Highness, I again beg your forgiveness. I am by no means used to keeping my husband in the dark on such Your Highness, I again beg your forgiveness. I am by no means used to keeping my husband in the dark on such matters of import, and I was not aware you would, that is, I would not dare to think I should be held privy to your wisdom. Moonstone sighed. Moonstone sighed, and her illusion dropped. I made a mental note that anything short of a full transformation was apparently incapable of hiding one from a Thestral, again blessing my luck. Oh, hush. Hold on, Luna. Oh, hush, get up, get up. The princess grumbled, marching over to Lady Niram and rather forcefully pulling her to her hooves. None of that. But, your majesty. Highness, good heavens, idol. Have you... Highness, good heavens, idol, have you gotten ever some pony else? Highness, good heavens, idol, have you gotten someone else involved in your madness? I have not, your highness. Perhaps she is merely aware of your innate majesty and wishes to appropriately call attention to that which you refute. Are we really having this discussion again? I am merely making an observation, your highness, I proffered with a bow. Luna sniffed. Up quit. What? V, stop throwing these 5-bit words my way. You know I can't read. Luna sniffed. Oh no. Oh, copy. And ship it over to Google to see if Google knows how to read this. Pronunciation. Gosh, I hate having to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to say words. And they're always like 3 minutes long.
Obsequiousness.
Obsequiousness? I would have never gotten that. Obsequiousness. 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 Oh, I need to reopen that tab. Oh, God.
Obsequiousness.
Obsequiousness. Obsequiousness.
Obsequiousness.
Obsequiousness. Okay. Okay, I figured it out. obsequiousness. All right. Obsequiousness does not become you. I shall endeavor to fit the role should you insist. Harmony forbid. Captain, your mouth catches flies. Harmony forbid. Captain, your... Harmony forbid. Captain, your mouth catches flies. Said officer's mouth closed with an audible click. Lieutenant, ma'am, your highness, the night guard is in name only. We do not have separate rank. Lieutenant, ma'am. Now. Ooh. Lieutenant, ma'am, your highness, the night guard is in name only. We do not have separate rank. Lieutenant, ma'am, your highness, the night guard is in name only. We do not have separate rank. Aye on that. We'll have to make changes, though I confess it was interesting to meet the stallion running my night guard in a less formal manner. I scarcely recognized you. She pondered a moment. Then again, we have been quarantined for an age, and we were not quite ready to resume our responsibilities on return to Equestria. There was supposed to be an official revealing after you were ready to resume your station. Where have you been? Mocker, that is Princess Luna. You cannot scold her like Nighthawk wandering in after daybreak. By the stars, you're right. I can't keep tabs on that filly, let alone a princess. Luna seemed delighted. You have a daughter? Would that be the one I saw hanging from my sister's balcony trying to peer at me with binoculars? Her mane was as dark as yours, but I do believe she shared Niram's coat. That would be the one, I confirmed cheerfully. She delivers her father's dinner when she forgets. I'll clip her wings. I swear to the moon that she's going to be the death of me if you don't do it first. She can't be wandering the castle, and I told her to go straight home. Children are a trial and a blessing, I mused, trying to keep a straight face. Niram laughed. More foals her age would keep her out of trouble, I think. There aren't really that many of our kind in Canterlot. Half the time I think one of her friends puts her up to these things. Keep her out of trouble? It's more like that red shock I worry about. Like to see what her father thinks of what our kids get up to. The stories I hear about this one, he's probably at his wit's end. Then again, he's never lost a princess. I blanched internally. I was not even the young changeling sire, and I struggled mightily even as I resolved to demand just what she had been up to. Luna looked abashed. I really did not think my absence would go noticed. We have only just been given a writ. Bill? Whatever, of good health. I only supposed that none would truly be interested in seeing me so soon. Our night guard has been sick with worry. Idle here is practically useless for information, save that you have been improving. Her Highness has a right and an expectation. Her Highness has a right and expectation to privacy and confidence. Confidence? Her Highness has a right and expectation to privacy and confidence. Her Highness has a right and expectation. Her Highness has a right and expectation to privacy and confidence. Confidence? I scowled at myself. I am unsure which terminology to use regardless. I am unsure which terminology to use regardless. The chastised princess scuffed a hoof on the marble tiles of the castle. There is truth in his complaint. We did not mean to neglect our own guard, nor were we aware of the depth of their affection towards us. Recompense must be made. Now it was Mockingbird's time to appear chastised. Your Highness, I didn't mean to suggest... Nay, nay, you were correct. We have guards for a reason. Sneaking out should, at very least, be planned accordingly with those who have made it their duty to ensure my protection. Luna bit her lip. I am planning to go to Ponyville for Nightmare Night celebration. If it pleases you, pick a number of your best, and they shall serve as our escort. That is not much advance notice, Your Highness, but, well, idle hooves. Oh, that is not much advance notice, Your Highness, but, well, idle hooves, I suppose. Idle hooves shan't be accompanying us on this mission. I blinked and made to protest when the princess cut me off. Our sister has made it clear you are to use more of your days off, I believe. We have imposed upon you too much already. If you wish to accompany, you shall do it as civilian, and I will be ordered to partake. Our sister has made it clear that you are to use more of your days off, I believe. We have imposed upon you too much already. If you wish to accompany, you shall do it as a civilian and will be ordered to partake of the... Ooh, that... Why is this so weird? If you wish to accompany, you shall do it as a civilian and will be ordered to partake of the festivities. I had served through Her Highness's quarantine only for betrayal most regal. Such was the purview of royalty, I suppose. I understand, Your Grace. If I may be excused to quell the concerns of the rest of the guard? Mockingbird grimaced. Shades of Harmony, see to it. They're probably prying the cobblestones up. They damn well better be. Shades of Harmony, see to it. They're probably prying up the cobblestones. Shades of Harmony, see to it. They're probably prying the cobblestones up. They dip. Blah, blah. Shades of Harmony, see to it. They're probably prying the cobblestones up. They damn well better be. Man, how much longer in this chapter is left? Because I am flying through. Oh, this is a long. Oh, that's quite a bit of a chapter left. I mean, we've gotten really far this hour. Hardly any distractions. This is a weird change of pace to our regularly scheduled chaos. Ah, c'est la vie. To my surprise, and a strange mix of displeasure and delight, the night guards were about to start prying up the castle floors to try and determine where their charge had gone. My revelation that the princess had simply wanted to try sneaking out was not met with cheer, which I appreciated and understood. It did not reveal the identity of Lady Moonstone, though some others seemed to have gotten it while most assuredly did not. Thank Order Mothchaser had figured it out in moments. She almost cackled. Oh no! Mothchaser, how do you how do you sound like? It's Farfalla! Welcome to the stream. Man, you're a bit late. We've almost made it 18 minutes of recording time. Woo! Your phone project is coming along. Let's go. I will say my own project has been coming along quite nicely as well. Both the book reading and finalizing my horse's design for all my upcoming art projects. You're hanging out with a friendo? That's fair. Hanging out with friendos is always a great shout. Look, I made a little dude. I made a great little dude. And I'm going to be updating my PNG tuber to match my little dude. Doot, 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 doot. doot doot doot. Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. Also, welcome, Starcat. Welcome, welcome. We have made great efforts today. Also, I have no idea what Moth Chaser sounds like. It has been far too long since I voiced her. When was the last time Moth Chaser was around? It would have to be. It'd either have to be in the time skip chapter or the chapter just after the Everfree. Hey, you may hate on the me theme, but you can't deny that it's a bit catchy. Maybe a bit overplayed, but it is fairly catchy. Let's see if I can find out where exactly all that stuff disappeared to. It'd probably be in here, and here, and here, and here. It would be probably military cadence. My sister was constantly making new Miis back in the day. I mean, Miis were great. I'm kind of sad that they've, for the most part, really gone away. Although I don't know that for sure because haven't owned a Nintendo console since the 64. And technically, that wasn't even me that owned it. That was my parents. I don't even know where it is right now. We did find the Super Nintendo, but we haven't found the 64, which I'm honestly a little bit sad because the 64 is so great. Maybe for a family Christmas gift, I'll try and find one. Maybe with an HDMI mod. Because God knows that we don't have any TVs with those old those old ports in it anymore. And good versions of conversion, just expensive. They're so expensive. I'm guessing. It would have to be fibrous diet. Maybe like at the end? Let's see. What? When does
Chapter
Moth
24,
Chaser?
A fibrous diet.
Come on.
I believe that large mass was the heart. It would, now that I was dead, the sap bolt clapped each of us with a hoof. Seemed marvelous.
Nope. And military cadence?
Chapter 25 was for naught. I would be found wanting mustacity to grin at her. The hey were you thinking, Shining? I had never held so much of the emotion in my entire life, like a tsunami, and it was all I could do. The armorer would repair the worst of the beautiful, wise, but even at her strongest, all I could do to weather the storm that was she. My body hurt onto the parade that warned me that I was like to rectify with greater efforts. Understand that confection. The armorer would repair the worst experienced. This was no simple being. No sentient creature was introduced. I knew the truth of how Incers traditionally did their rituals, Shining had explained. Ah, Katie, come on! A tone. Oh, poor.
I don't know. No, wait, who sounds like Papyrus? uh, how's your guys' day been? It's been going good. I got a lot of stuff done for only waking up a couple hours before stream started. A little bit later than I wanted to. But got things done. Got everything I needed to get done for today. Before I go hang out with friendos. Which friendo hangout is in 45 minutes. Or that's when I leave. So that's when I get off, so I have an hour to prepare for friendo hangout, which gives me just enough time to eat a whole apple. And probably do one last thing so I don't have to do it tomorrow. I went from SNES to PlayStation and never looked back. Funny thing is, I wasn't really huge with consoles. I think we went straight from 64 to Xbox 360, and then I never personally owned any console. And now I'm on PC, and funny thing is, I never really got into games. I've said it on stream before, but I think it's just because I was the youngest, so I was never exposed to much games. Me being the last of the pecking order. But mostly been an Xbox household. Nice. I've really enjoyed the Xbox 360 when we had it. I remember playing all the Lego Star Wars, all the Halo games. Although, I don't know why, but I don't know why or how, or what I was even thinking at the time, but I played all the Halos in reverse order. So I played Halo 3, then 2, then 1, then Reach. Well, time to find distractions. I mean, we've found plenty of distractions last week. We had plenty of distractions. Now all I need to do is find Mothy's voice. I'm sure it's in my box of tricks somewhere. 360 was my main console until 5 years ago. It's honestly, at this point, it's a classic. It's so great. Hold on. I actually did hear a thing where it's like Xbox, the Xbox 360 now counts as a classic console because I believe someone posted in a car forum, which I don't even know why I'm in there because I'm not a car guy. But it goes like after after 10 years, it's vintage, and after 20 years, it becomes a classic. So I think it's a vintage. Actually, no. I think then in that case, it's a vintage console, not a classic console. Which I hate to even think about, but can't stop time. At least not to our knowledge. Now that must be in final boarding call.
Chapter 27. In a land made of gumdrops and spun things from time to time. Or have a couple more that you would like neutral expression. Thanks, Idle. You're a big help. Back to the desk before the nothing more to add. Regardless of the side effects and personal trauma that was waiting for me, curious, but just as eager to be done with all this as I was, and immediately realized that these would make far more secure grappling than the mere hook the Pegasi wings were capable of. I marveled at the improvement, at this simple complexity. Why, this was so much better than the feathered wings. If I ever took a Pegasus form again, it would be far easier to create these, and I made note of every contour, intent on at least attempting this shape later. If you take a picture, it lasts longer, the gray pony before me seethed.
Oh gosh, I made her slightly southern. If you take a picture, it lasts longer. I honestly, out of all the things I pictured Mouth Chaser to sound like, I did not think I made her southern. Huh. Okay. Well, let's continue on. Woohoo! Come on, Idy. Come on, Idy. You can tell me. It's Moonstone, right? Awful good. Come on, Idy. You can tell me. It's Moonstone, right? Awful disguise. You can't tell me there's some noble mare with a knight connotation to her name that hasn't already introduced herself to the court since Luna arrived. Especially some supposed night owls looking like that. It'd be for... Ooh. Come on, Idy, you can tell me. It's Moonstone, right? awful disguise. You can't tell me there's some noble mare with a knight connotation to her name that hasn't already introduced herself to the court since Luna arrived. Especially some supposed night owl looking like that. It'd be like Fleur de Lis breaking up with Fancy. Everybody would know in a heartbeat that the flower sellers would be able to buy their way into the Wonderbolts. Every Everybody would know in a heartbeat, and the flower sellers would be able to buy their way onto the Wonderbolts. The flower sellers, who are overwhelming. The flower sellers, who are overwhelmingly earth ponies, I clarified. Okay, maybe an exaggeration, but not much of one. The bat husband forgot his name. Uh, Bat husband is Mockingjay. Yeah, Bat husband is Mockingjay. Uh, his bat wife is Nerum. We just met those, and now we're going to Moth Chaser. We're getting all the bats. You could say this chapter has gone batty. the the flower sellers who are overwhelming the flower sellers who are overwhelmingly earth ponies, I clarified. Okay, maybe an exaggeration, but not much of one. Spitfire's a merc. Why is this covering my story? Get out of here. Don't get bigger. Get out of here. Okay, maybe an exaggeration, but not much of one. Spitfire's a merc. She'd use the money to put on her best Wonderbolt show of the decade. Probably be riding fireworks and the Pegasus would catch them. Or she nearly Okay, maybe exaggeration, but not much of one. Spitfire's a merc. She'd use the money to put on the best Wonderbolt show of the decade. They'd probably be riding fireworks and the Pegasus would catch them. Heard she nearly pulled her mane out when Nimbus got engaged. Apparently she almost had her. I opened my mouth to argue, but realized I was not equipped to dispute the facts, save the last. I do not think she did. Wispy is a guards mare, through and through. A Wonderbolt captain full of hot air. Who would have guessed? A fair point. I believe it is a requirement of the job. I believe she will get the element of loyalty on the other hoof. No bet. No bet. Everybody knows. No bet. Everybody knows that. No bet. Everyone knows that one's an enormous fangirl. Rainbow Dash is going to do the whole 9 yards. Tryouts, training camps, everything that folks who aren't getting fast-tracked do. I heard she just kind of likes that stiff. My experience with her was different. Could Bat Ponies join the Wonder Colts? I mean, honestly, Bat Ponies joining the Wonderbolts wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. But also, I don't think we saw Bat Ponies outside of Luna Eclipsed, which is why I'm like, I would love Bat Ponies to exist, but we haven't ever seen them in an episode other than the Halloween episode where Luna was trying to be ominous and scary. Oh, that's stiff. Wait, who's stiff? Uh, my experience with her was different. Moth Chaser gave a snort. You know, I'm not actually surprised. You get the weirdest responses out of people. There was a scoff and an impolite noise. Another Thestral, the new moon who had challenged me to durians, being very rude and listening in to a casual conversation. I really can't believe you, Mothy. You mooning over the stallion? You go through all of this dung for him? He leaves his post and he shows up with a strange mare in the middle of the night and you're still all over him. Seriously, Moth, come on. You're embarrassing yourself. The words were not harsh, but they were certainly chiding, teasing, yet not. I frowned. It is not like that. Oh, the ends of Mothy's line. You're embarrassing yourself. Oh, hold on. I have to find out where Mothy conversation. Come on. Weirdest responses out of people. Come on. Kinda likes that stiff. 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 We just kinda like that stiff. Not like that. I frowned. It is not like that. I frowned. It is not like that. You're just jealous I've been to his room and you can't work up the courage. Moth Chaser broke in with a cheerful grin. The sputtered outrage was a thing to behold, but to my great surprise, some of it was apparently feigned. What in Tartarus? Luna's dappled bit. Luna's dappled flanks, Mothy. You can't just say things like that. It is true, she has been, but he's very good, Moth Chaser purred, draping a wing over my back. You should stop by sometime with me. I could likely... Hold on, I need to do even more deadpan idle as he's sick of this shit. I could most likely handle you both in a single morning, I confirmed, trying hard not to roll my eyes. The Thestral flushed. Mothy, you're after him, aren't you? Is actually a bit too much for me alone. He is actually a bit too much for me to handle alone. He turned my legs to rubber. He's actually a bit too much for me to handle alone. He turned my legs to rubber. Her compatriot's jaw fell open entirely. You see, I was just, maybe I gotta go. We watched her expeditious retreat. That was mean. We watched her expeditious retreat. That was mean. You went with it. It took me a moment to realize you were not specifically referring to the efficacy of my massages. It took me a moment to realize you were not specifically referring to the It took me a moment to realize you were not specifically referring to the efficacy of my massages. she likes it. I can't think of any distractions. We have beaten Farfalla at their own game. I might get a whole chapter read this stream and no one can do nothing about it. Yeah, well, you're the one who seemed bothered that everyone thinks you're a stall horse. I blinked. I had not intended to reveal that, but Thank you, Moth Chaser. That is more kind than I deserve, and wise besides. Yeah, well. She scuffed her hooves, and by order she was so proud as she was embarrassed by the praise. Deal with it, Golem. If you can't fix your own problems, it's up to your buddies and the god to help. Deal with Deal with it, Golem. If you can't fix your own problems, it's up to your buddies and the guard to help. I snorted and continued both my rounds and my reassurances to those still not in the know about the princess's return from her little escapade. I snorted and continued both my rounds and my reassurances to those still not in the know about the princess's return from her little escapade, but I confess I may have been smiling. I think this is the last page break. Is this the last page break? This is the last page break. We are almost done. We have started a chapter this stream, and we are ending a chapter the same stream. Oh my gosh, it has never happened in the last 3 years. It's been 87 years since this has happened last. And we're going. Yay, I have reinforcements on my side, Farfalla. Yay! Oh, the horse images. I'd love to show my... Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. And, you know, he took way too long to draw. You could say it took Farfalla too long to draw. But either way, I am so proud of how he turned out. Yeah, that little dude took almost 8 hours to draw yesterday. Oh man. I haven't done something like that in years. I'm glad to have brushed off the skill. May go back to it, may not. It really, really depends. I returned home to an odd scene of Topaz holding what appeared to be a deck of cards before her face. I returned home to an odd scene of Topaz holding what appeared to be a deck of cards before her face, a young changeling sitting across from her. 77. Come on, Miss Topaz. 11s don't... 77. Come on, Miss Topaz. 11s don't count. No pony has trouble multiplying 11 things. 77. Come on, Miss Topaz. 11s don't count. No pony has trouble multiplying 11 times things. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, yeah, smart filly. How about this one? 132. Topaz blinked and checked the card quick. Topaz blinked and checked the card quickly. All right. Hold on. 8 hours. Yep, it took about 8 hours to draw him. Honestly, once I was honestly, it took 6 hours to just do all the line art, and then another 2 hours to get all the rest of the stuff, all the coloring and whatnot. Funny enough, the dapples took the least amount of time out of all of them. It was mostly coloring to make him look nice. That's took long, and I just realized that his bandana doesn't have the correct color outline. It has a black outline, not a really dark purple outline. So I'm going to have to fix that before I head out for the night. But It is going to be fixed. I've also was working on my. This is my horse. There are many like him, but this one is mine. Yes, this is very true. This horse is mine, and honestly, I am so happy that I decided to go whole hog with the redesign because it looks so good. He's so much harder to draw now, but he looks so good. Let's see. Idle. There we go. Idle. All right, all right. Maybe you have this. It's just two 12s side by side and kind of overlapping. I understand what you mean, but I can't begin to understand how you learned it that way. Ponies write the numbers over one another, not on top of each other like that. The nymph, Circe, scoffed. Ponies are weird. They take so much paper to do this stuff. Just write over the first numbers and you can tell. I had made the same consideration once. I hung my helmet on the hook by the door. 8, 9, 5, and 7. My young charge blinked, then scowled most ferociously. You broke it, and now it doesn't work anymore. It is better to know the correct way a thing is. It is better to know the correct way of doing a thing as opposed to a method that will betray you in more complicated settings. Flashcards? Just quizzing her on mathematics before we get to grammar. It's not fair. No pony talks proper like that. Speaks properly, I corrected without thinking. Both Topaz and Nymph stared at one another, and grumbling, the young changeling gave Topaz a single bit. Did you place a bet on me? I placed a certainty. I placed a certainty. Do not teach the nymph to gamble. Topaz snorted, but there was a sparkle in her eyes. Me? Idle, would I do that? Besides, she's the one who thought you wouldn't. There, you see, idle way of speaking is technically correct, but it sounds wrong in certain contexts. In court, it's considered a little archaic. In legalese written, if you don't sound like that, you're wrong. So it's important to know what you're signing and how to read it. He doesn't say hear ye, so that isn't right either. Hearken to her words, young nymph. She speaks truly. Don't copy that. For Celestia's sake, Idle, don't get her started talking like Princess Luna. Even Prince... Don't copy that. For Celestia's sake, Idle, don't get her started talking like Princess Luna. Even Princess Luna does not speak so, I sniffed. But Topaz is right. It is important to know what is proper, even if you do not choose to uphold it. I considered briefly on how to phrase the next bit to ensure my point was thoroughly understood. Don't do what's wrong, and you'll surely be all right. Topaz gave me a flat look. That sounded so incredibly wrong coming for you, it feels like lightning ought to strike. And in that case, I would ensure the local weather patrol is fine. May I borrow Nymph for a moment? Did we get Truffle fixed? No, we did not. It I think thing is with Truffle is that it's broken in a way I don't know how to fix because it just won't let me log into my account. I don't know why. So it's going to be broken until further notice. So sorry, no emojis in chat. Mothi is so cute. I agree. And so does everyone else. Mothi is the best. We need just a chapter of Topaz and Circe. Oh, 100%. I feel like right now would be the perfect time for them interacting. Just like a little mini chapter of Topaz and Circe interacting either before Circe comes to the Empire or just after Circe comes to the Empire. It'd be great. Huh? Oh, let me see. Let me see. He was rumming in a badge and pulled out a comic book. Daring Do number 56, fresh off the shelves. Good job, Circe. I had forgotten to use her name. Again. Even after correcting myself again, I sighed. Do you know, Nighthawk? Sure do. She's fun. She's a bat pony. Thestral. Thestral. She says we can call her a bat pony. I see. Did you, by chance, talk her into spying on Princess Luna? Not so much talked her... not so much talked her into it as convinced her to go through with it. Not so much talk her into it, such as convinced her to go through with it? An important distinction, I acknowledged. You are grounded. What? Come on! You can't even do that! Oh, sorry. Oh. Spying on Princess Luna. Oh, here we go. I need to redo this take. Maybe it will be the next chapter in Changeling Perspectives. The oft-forgot side story that hasn't been updated since it was first published. What? Come on! Can you even do that? There we go! We finished the chapter! Let's go! Hooves on first is next. Have you ever tried uninstalling and reinstalling? Uninstalling and reinstalling what? Cute little Equinox pawn. Aw, thanks. I really like how his design turned out. And honestly, I wasn't until... Funny thing is, what prompted the redesign was me finding an Andalusian horse skin for my Minecraft character. And I'm like, I like this. I really like this. And then I talked to one of my art friends who actually owed me a piece because I donated to his wife on stream, and part of the wheel spin was me getting free art from him. So at first I was like a proto-gen horse because I was like, I want to be a robot horse. And then I decided against it because I'm like, I'm never going to draw me as a proto-gen. And then I saw the Andalusian and I'm like, wait, hold on, can we change minds because I know that you haven't started it yet? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, what about if I looked like this? And he was like, bet. And so a few weeks later, he came up with this guy. He did such a great job. He still has 3 slots open if anyone wants to snag some great art. His prices are really good too. But yeah, he hated drawing the wings on so much that that while I joined him on call one morning while he was finishing this up, I had no idea about this in the first place. He said what he did was look up stupid bird, and the first thing that popped up was secretary bird, and so I have secretary bird wings. It is the Salty Prince. Let me see if I can find their thingamabobber. Because if I can find their thingamabobber, I could just probably link it directly. Oh no, hold on. Why are you down again? Come on. No, you close. I need to connect to you so I can open up you so I can get the Netflix server back online. And open and start, and there we go. That's taken care of. You go back on the charter, and I'm going to try and look for his stuff. Multi. Hmm. Uh, eh, let's see. Some people are asking about your art. Where to send? Question mark. I think they're on Kofi. But yeah, his name is the salty prince. Great stuff. They also did another piece of art for me ages ago. Let me see if I can find that one. It'd be in under here, and where's me? There's me. Did they do any other art other than this one? No, I think they only did that one. Yeah, and load it up. And let's see if I can get this looking right. Yeah, fine. Add browser. Okay. And nope, cancel. Cancel. I don't want to do any of that stuff. And it would be... Oh gosh, no. No. You? Yes, I do want to remove that. Gosh, why is it so hard to just add something real quick to things? Okay. And I'll browse for it. And it's in my downloads because I just got it from there. And boom. There we go. Okay. They drew this. Really love how they draw horses. But this was like 4 or 5 years ago. You are now a secretary. Please do not resist. Honestly, I feel like I'd make a great secretary just for the fact that I can remember and memorize such random bullshit that someone could offhandedly tell me something, I'll be able to remember it, and then immediately send them to the right place. Or remember for future reference, so that way nothing can go off, and plus no one suspects the secretary. But yeah, no, they base my wings off of a secretary burb. And I will say that's why when I did the show style version of me, I just had wings closed because I'm like, I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to deal with figuring out how to do it yet. So his wings are going to be closed because that is way too much for me right now. Oof. Let's see. I think do I really have to log in order to search for people on here? Actually, screw it. Just signing up with this. No one expects the Secretary Inquisition. This is very true. Also, welcome, Seth. Oh, I already have an account? When did I make an account with them? Yeah. Confirm. I'm a supporter. I guess I could be a creator, but you know what? Nah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Open these up. And next. Oh no, I made my display name wrong. Dang it. Can I change my display name? Display name is perfect. Okay, it just automatically saves. Sweet. Gosh, I don't know how this thing works. I'll be honest. Can I just not search for people? Do I actually have to find them through different links? Ah, geez, that's awful. Welcome, dudes. Welcome, Dodo. Random idea: Idle Hooves as a game show host. Ooh, I feel like Idle would be a great game show host for Taskmaster. He would honestly, that would be the show he would excel at at hosting, because he doesn't really have the internet personality, but just being funny in a sarcastic way is just 100% Idle right there. I'm my own imposter. What do you mean by that? Oh yeah, that's right. I am my own imposter. Seriously, Kofi, how do I search? I want to search for people. I don't want to help. Is there a help? How do I search this platform? Your page? Yeah. No. What about it? Is this not like Patreon where you can just find people? You have to actually find their link. Uh, and he hasn't responded back to me. Once he responds back to me, I'll post it in the live stream chat, and then y'all can find Salty. He does great stuff. Um, finding creators. Can I search for creators on Ko-fi? Um, oh gosh. Let's see. Slash solvents. Yay! I found him. There we go. Got boom and paste. There we go. There he is. I'll also post it in the Discord. Um, and let's see. Share earlier chat. For those wanting to find great artist. Boom. Perfect. I'm glad his name wasn't taken. But yeah, he still has 2 slots available, so snag them now if you want them. But I actually might be able to end stream on time and or uh, early today. It's a weird thing because I can't really do much more because I'm not going to be starting up a new chapter. But I also kinda don't want. Gosh, only $20 per. Gosh, only $40 with shading. Gosh, if I wasn't broke right now, I absolutely would buy another slot because he does such great stuff. I'm hiding in my apartment today where it's safe and warm and away from all the evil, evil snow. Can you send some of the snow our way? We really need it. I haven't seen any snow for like a month, and I would really love to have some stuff. Um, but we had a huge snowstorm. That's what I hear is like a lot of the Midwest to East is having fun time with all the flurries happening over there. Meanwhile, the West got nothing. And I really wish we had something because even our mountains are looking bare over here. And I don't know what to do with non snowy mountains. This is weird. It's January for crying out loud. We should have some snow somewheres. Also, I'm uh just looking at everything. And I will say I am very, very happy with so in case anyone missed last week's stream, I recently upgraded my internet to be much better and on fiber. And it's like a third of the price of what I was paying. And it's also the first time we've not had issues with stream. Let's go. It's actually working. It's funny that OBS is like, yeah, we're only streaming at 30 FPS. I'm like, I don't need more. The only thing that's moving on screen is me. But yeah. But yeah, thanks for everyone who joined. Thanks to anyone who wants to support my friendo making his way as an artist. If but I think I'm actually going to end it a little bit early today just because everything that I got done, I wanted to get done. It's great. Everyone who's at the East Coast, stay warm. Just bundle up, stay warm. Hopefully the state doesn't snow over. Thou art welcome. It's been great over here. And you know what? There might be a surprise stream later this week. Maybe, maybe not. Just really depends on how I'm feeling. Probably not, but you know, you can never know too much. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye.